Hey, y'all.
Hey, guys.
Subscribe because you love April's hairdo. That junk is dope.
Aw, thanks, babe.
It's not just because I'm sprung either.
Trying something new.
Though I am.
Paragon 7 Studios.
Just between you and me, there's a line, there's no tricks. Ooh, there's a love.
So
Welcome
real.
to Just John and April,
Hey.
the relationship podcast, your place to level up your intimacy.
Yes.
Paragon 7 Studios, Lance J Radio Network, WOL in DC, WVOL in Nashville. What's up, y'all?
What's up, everybody?
How's it going, babe?
Glad to be here on Lance J Radio Network.
Yeah.
Always glad to be.
Something happens to me when you do things to your hair, and this is one of those times. And I wasn't expecting that. This one took me like completely by surprise.
Yes, I've been avoiding this one.
We've been avoiding this hairstyle for a while.
I have, because I don't do braids. I don't do braids because my hair is just so fine. And
your head is like light. It's like if you have
my head is light.
there,
any
weight,
weight,
you know what I'm saying? Your
any
neck
extra
can't
weight,
take it.
my neck can't take it. I don't have my ancestors.
Yeah, their neck.
I don't have their neck. I need my ancestors' necks. I don't have that, so my neck is very weak. So I can't be getting braids and stuff because I can't. It won't last a week. So my neck hurts.
So for those of you that are on the radio that can't see it, it's basically the Beyonce blonde braids,
box braids.
Yeah, the box braids, but they're blonde, and it's doing it for me. I'm just letting you know.
I'm glad it is. I'll try to keep these in as long as possible.
Well, if you can't keep them in, we'll call Ari back to put them back in again in 6 weeks or whatever it is. So, babe, I got
babe.
something came across the news that was disappointing.
I know.
Let me just ask you this question first before we start. What is your feeling about when celebrities divorce? Like, how does it, like, I know it shouldn't bother us because we don't really know these people and all that stuff.
And you almost, you expect it because it's Hollywood. You
know. Right. Yeah.
They always go through these things.
Correct.
Like, you see it all the time in Hollywood. So it's not like when you hear of a couple that's together for 20-something years, it's like, wow.
You're always
in Hollywood
surprised.
and you're together for 20-something, 30-something years,
Yes,
so
I agree.
it's actually more surprising that they are together than they break up. But it still breaks my heart.
Yeah.
It
so anyway,
does.
Jason Momoa and Lisa Bonet are calling it quits.
And I loved them together. I think a lot of times we just like the way they look together.
Is that all it is?
I mean, that's the beginning.
Okay, that's the beginning. Yes,
that's the beginning of the love.
Yes, they look like a power couple. They look like she's very short and petite. He's a big old, diesel guy. He's like 6'8", whatever. Right. I don't know how tall he is, but he's a big guy.
They kind of look alike. Not look alike, but like they have similar
something.
Something about them. And
they
just
seem
them
like they
together.
go well together.
Yeah.
And you root for them. You want it to work. Yes, I agree.
I mean, and same that I felt for, what's his name? Megan Good and Bruhman. What's his name?
His name was Devon Franklin.
Yes, Devon Franklin.
Yes.
I really liked them together too. That really broke my heart as well.
Yeah.
Not that it matters what I feel.
Right. It doesn't.
They going through their own thing, and
But since this is your show, we might as well ask you what you think.
I'm going to say it the way I want to say it, and it broke my heart.
Okay, so there was something else you saw on social media or something like that you were just telling me about with them too that made you feel like, oh man, they have a good relationship.
So
what was it?
This was months ago,
okay.
But maybe even a year ago.
Okay.
But I saw that he remodeled a car for her. Is that what you say? Remodeled?
Well, you say pimp my ride or something.
Pimp my ride, like a pimp my ride type thing. Yeah.
Jason Momoa pimped one of Lisa Bonet's rides.
Something like that.
Okay.
Right? And he got her this car that she's been wanting and fixed it up, made it look good, and he presented it to her for everybody to see.
What was it? A special occasion?
I don't know. I don't know if it was a birthday. I really don't know the occasion. It was so long, I don't even remember.
Whatever it was.
All I know is I watched
this
video.
Cute.
It was so cute. He presented her because she was all emotional about it. It was so beautiful. And he was just like, I love my family.
Right.
I just want to do this for her. She's wonderful. And I'm just like, oh, they're just wonderful. And then to hear this a year or a few months later, it's like, oh my goodness, So I was thinking, I was like, it's just not funny, but it's funny. And I'm saying that just as a
it's not really funny.
It's not really funny, but it's funny that we see these couples, we fall in love with them,
mm-hmm.
we want them, we see this beautiful love and relationship.
Yes.
And they
What
may
appears to
have
be
had
this.
that.
And they may have.
You know,
Yes.
I'm not saying they didn't, but what you see is not necessarily what's happening.
True.
Is what I'm saying.
Yes, I agree.
And I really feel bad for couples like this because it's like you are held at this very, very, very high standard because you're only showing that good, which I don't blame you. You know,
Right.
you're not going to show the
Yeah,
bad.
right,
I
of
mean, you know what I'm
course.
saying?
Right.
So
you think everybody's basing they're judging their entire relationship on the things that we see, and all they're showing us is the best. And of course, now we're judging it based on that, and that's not really fair.
It's not fair.
What's fair is they go through stuff like every other
Same
human
for
couple.
Devon and Megan.
Right,
It's not
right.
fair. They show their videos of them.
Right.
Their book. They're working
Right,
together. This
right.
wonderful thing.
Yeah.
And then you hear this story, and you see him because Devon even showed himself crying, and that he was in a moment, and during his prayers, and
Yeah,
he was
yeah.
criticized actually for putting that up
He
on
was.
Instagram.
That's
But
true.
he was obviously going through something as he's going through this time, and I'm saying, when we see that, it's like, whoa,
Yeah.
this is like opposite
Right.
of what
we thought. Yeah.
based on what you showed us.
Okay, now this goes a little deeper for me because I read their statement. I think you read it too. I'm not sure. I was reading it before the show
yeah.
just to prepare. I want to read it right now.
Okay.
And I want to know if you're hearing what I'm hearing. Okay, this is what the statement says. We have all felt the squeeze and changes of these transformational times. A revolution is unfolding, and our family is of no exception, feeling and growing from the seismic shifts occurring. That was their joint statement. And then it continues. And so we share our family news that we are parting ways in marriage. We share this not because we think it's newsworthy, but so that as we go about our lives, we may do so with dignity and honesty. The love between us carries on, evolving in ways it wishes to be known and lived. We free each other to be who we are learning to become. All right, so here's what I heard. I don't know if you heard this. It sounds to me like in the beginning what they're saying is a bunch of stuff is happening to couples during this time of
Yes.
pandemic.
Yes,
and
that's
we're
exactly what
no
that sounds like.
exception.
Right.
Sounds like he's saying there's upheaval right now in the world with all this pandemic stuff. It's changing what we think about each other. We're spending more time together. We're locked in the house. Whatever that is.
Yeah.
He's saying these times have affected our relationship, and maybe he's saying what I got at the end is that we're not who we even think we are, and so we're freeing each other to be who we're learning to become.
Wow.
So
Wow.
I thought that was interesting, and I wondered to myself, are there other couples that are divorcing right now? I'm talking about celebrity couples who might pinpoint the pandemic or the quarantine as the cause. And do you think that's what they're saying? Do you think that's what he's saying?
I mean, it sounds like because it says what did you say?
we've all felt the squeeze of the changes of these transformational times.
Yes. So
Yeah.
it sounds like these past couple of years have been very difficult for them
That's what I'm hearing.
because of whatever. But again, you don't know what's happening on the inside.
You don't.
They're not going to make the statement tell what happened.
Of course not.
You
They're
know
not
what
going to
I'm
tell you
saying?
all.
Of
They're not
course
going to
not.
say,
No, but I'm
he
saying-
cheated or she cheated
Or-
or we argue about the same stuff all the time.
Yeah.
Or I don't like the
But
way he handles money.
Yeah,
You know.
but I really believe, honestly, that the pandemic would be something to me that would just
like expose a problem that's already there.
or
Exacerbate.
exacerbate.
Yes,
That's the word I'm
yes,
looking for.
yes.
Exacerbate something that was already there.
Okay. I agree with
I
that.
don't think that it is necessarily, not saying that
The
it can't,
cause.
the cause or create now
Yeah,
this whole new
yeah.
thing that's never been there.
Right.
I think what it did was it exposed something that was already
there.
there and exacerbated it.
Yeah.
That's what's happened
Yeah.
in these marriages, and we've seen it as
You're right.
coaches. We have seen couples come to us during this
You're right.
time, especially
Yep.
where people lost jobs,
Yep.
and it just brought
Yep.
out what was already there.
Yep.
So
this is-
I think
so
that that's basically probably what he is even
Yes.
kind of saying here.
But here's why I bring it up. It's because when I think of celebrities, I think of them as being bulletproof from a financial standpoint. In other words, you and I, if I were to lose my job right now, I think that would bring a tremendous amount of pressure and stress.
Yeah.
It seems like some of these A-list actors that make a lot of money probably could not work for 2 years and still be okay.
Yeah.
And so I just wonder.
Well, that's what we think.
Of course, we assume that.
But
Yeah.
and we've seen people who get a lot of money
And spend it up right away.
and it's gone.
That's true.
So,
you never
money
know.
does
You're
not
right.
mean okay.
Just because you made a lot at one time doesn't mean you're going to always have it.
Listen,
That's
it
a
could
good
be,
point.
you don't know. So
Right.
it could be anything.
Right.
It could be anything like that.
Now,
But
there's one more thing I read.
Okay.
I wanted to tell you this
Okay,
too.
okay.
So, and I'm not trying to poke holes in their thing, but I think what you just said is really the key. I think the pandemic probably wasn't what began the issue. The pandemic just brought it out, which I think is what's happening in many relationships. But what I read earlier was that it's been about 2 years since the two of them, almost 2 years, since the two of them were seen together on the red carpet.
That's what I'm saying. This is not something that just all of a sudden happened.
Right.
This has already been happening.
Correct.
So when I saw the car thing, that might have been a
way to try to salvage.
You know, I've seen couples who are actually going through turmoil, and they're posting beautiful pictures of themselves on Instagram.
Yes.
And it's because I think that is a way that they think will either heal.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes. They think it might fix their situation.
Or we'll continue to make you think we're good.
Yes.
Because I don't really want you to know I'm not good. Because I don't think we're necessarily going to break up right now.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
That's not what's on their mind.
That's not what's on their mind.
Yeah. They just know that they're miserable. They don't know I'm going to break up with this dude 2 weeks from now.
Right. Or that this is not going well. And so that whole idea of, and you know, social media, I think sometimes can cause people to put out there something that isn't happening,
right?
So that they can feel like they're good. Like this is the way I'm handling it. This is the way I deal with it.
Yes.
You know, I'm gonna post more.
Yes, that happens a lot. We see that a lot.
It does. We see that a lot.
That's true. The funny thing about social media too, though, is it's actually possible these days to almost fool yourself into thinking that is reality because we spend so much more time in the digital space, especially now that we're talking about pandemic and we can't go out and see people. The way we interact with people now is mostly digital.
It is.
And so I can create whatever narrative I want, not just for people to see, but for me to believe too. Exactly. And so maybe part of the reason why I'm posting more is because I think that my reality will actually change if I keep changing this virtual reality.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying?
Especially when you're getting comments.
Hey, oh man.
Like you guys look great. Oh my goodness, you're such a power couple.
Exactly.
So it's like okay, we are.
That's true.
We're good.
Yeah.
You know, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either.
But it's very sad. I'm sad to see this because you want couples like this to work out.
Yes, but here's what I say though. If I take them at their word, I'm actually okay. I feel okay for them because it sounds like they're good. They said our love between us still carries on. They said we're releasing each other to be free to be who we're learning to become. Okay, so it sounds to me like, at least based on this statement, that they're not super sad about. We may be sad. They may not be as sad as we are about the fact that they're breaking up.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? If maybe their kids are sadder.
No, I believe because people say divorce is like a death.
They do say that.
So I don't believe that this is just easy for them.
Right.
I don't.
Of course not. Yeah.
And we just got to pray for these couples, even in Hollywood, because my sister told me, like last night we were talking, and she was like, because we were talking about some celebrities, and she was like, they go to the bathroom just like us.
That's true.
Listen, they weren't always big.
That's true.
I'm just saying.
And when she said go to the bathroom just like us, was that
she
you?
Didn't actually
was that you sanitizing it for the FCC?
I did.
Is that what you were doing? They stuff stink just like everybody else.
They stuff stink just like everybody else, okay?
All right, now this is going to take us to our word of the day because, and it's not, it has nothing to do with stinking or anything like that. Word of the day has nothing to do with that.
Okay.
But our word of the day tonight, or today, I guess you're listening to this during the daytime, it's today, is the word durable.
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 Okay.
What does it mean?
Able to withstand wear, pressure, or damage.
Yes.
Wow.
Durable.
Do you have a durable relationship?
See,
Is that the question that you're asking?
That's the question I'm asking, April. I'm saying.
Wow, John.
The question I'm asking you, the question I'm asking our audience, what I want us to have is durable relationships. Relationships that can withstand wear, that can withstand pressure, that can withstand damage. And I don't know exactly what they're going through. I have no idea what their situation is, and I'm not judging them or anything like that. What I'm saying to you is that we made a commitment very early on when we first got married that this was until we die and that we were not going to allow anything to come into that. It's funny, though, when we made that promise, I don't think we knew the kinds of things we were going to deal with throughout our relationship.
We didn't know that 7 months after we
almost died in a car accident.
We almost died in a car accident.
We didn't know I was going to get cancer.
We didn't know. But seriously, though,
we know you have to quit your job to be home with John because he had a disease. I mean, there's all kind of stuff.
Yeah,
we didn't know.
We did not know. And seriously, 7 months in, never thought we would have gone through
that's so early.
That traumatic situation.
Right. Yeah.
And that really was damage and pressure.
No question.
And wear.
Yes.
I mean,
yes.
it was like wear, and
so
we hadn't
early.
even been worn out yet.
That's right.
But that's crazy. But you're right. How you really have to have a durable relationship because there's so much that we did not know we'd be stuck in the house with each other.
No. during a pandemic for almost 2 years.
Not even a clue
That's
that
right.
that was going to come.
Yes. And so we have to do the things that make for durable relationships. We have to do the things that will allow us to be able to withstand wear, pressure, and damage. Now, one of the things is to make it through a challenging situation.
Yeah.
That builds your actual relationship muscles so
that
you can actually withstand other things.
And it lets you know we can do this.
Yeah.
You know, we can do this and we're ready for whatever's next.
Right.
I think that these days, and again, like you said, I'm not specifically talking about the couples that we mentioned.
Right.
But I'm just talking about couples in general.
In general.
We give up very quickly.
We do.
We give up very quickly, and I've heard people say stuff like, "I've done everything." Nah,
no, you really
haven't done everything.
Not everything.
First of all, if you have not sat down with a therapist and individually,
right?
I'm not even talking about as a couple,
right?
Like by yourself to deal with your mess, you ain't done everything. You ain't done everything.
That's true.
So I think we say that because it makes us feel like, okay, we really have done everything.
Yeah.
No, done.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
And I do believe that it has to be two who's willing to work. It can't just be one.
Right.
But in a lot of cases, neither one is really ready, some people, to put in that hard work to keep that thing going.
Yeah.
It takes a lot of work.
It does. But the question is, do you have a durable relationship? Are you in a durable marriage? And you want to be in a durable one because, let me tell you something, it will be tested. Stuff is going to happen. It's not going to always be great. And the question is, are you going to give up at the first sign of trouble? Or are you going to try to fight through that thing and have some durability? You know what I'm saying?
And I have to say, I really believe and truly believe that you got to have a higher power up in that.
Oh, there ain't no question. If you don't have God or something that you call God in that situation, Lord have mercy,
you
gonna be in trouble.
it by yourself.
Ain't no way in the world.
You can't.
You know what I'm saying?
So,
anyway, I'm glad I'm in a durable relationship with you. We made it thus far. We've gone through a lot, so I'm gonna just claim it right now. We're durable.
I believe we're durable. we have shown that.
We gotta keep it up.
And God has helped us to be durable.
Oh, there's no question.
Okay,
Yeah.
Without Him, there's no way we would have made it.
That's true.
No way.
Made it.
And we got some years to go. We talking about made it. Like we there. We ain't dead yet.
We got at least another 40.
We ain't dead yet, babe.
I agree. Anyway, love y'all. We'll see y'all next time. Stay durable.